What branch of the military are you in?
I'm in the Army.
When did you decide to join the Army?
I was about 20 years old.
What is it like being in the Army?
Different, much more interactive.
Do you feel any stress or pressure being away from home?
My first deployment, it was different. You know, you've never been away from like everything you know with people you don't really know, and then when you get there, you meet different people. But the stress was definitely there. Once you get into a rhythm, you just forget about the stress because you just find yourself doing things over and over and over again in different manners. Going to the gym, eating, extracurricular activities, and so on and so forth.
How did people entertain themselves on their free time?
Most of the time, people went to the gym. They worked out. They played sports leagues, played video games, played cards, some kind of extracurricular activity, found a computer game, picked up a hobby, went to school, went to class, did online stuff, or just kept working until they wanted to go to sleep.
What made you want to join the military?
Joined the military for a change of pace. Just was a little wild when I was still 20. I'm 29 now, so I've been in 8 years and change. So yeah, when I joined the military, I wanted to change the pace, mainly for college money to pay for school. I saw myself working too many hours to pay for school by myself, so that's why I ended up joining the Army. And yeah.
Anyone in your family in the military?
Oh, I have a ton of cousins in the Army, in the military. I had a cousin, she was in the 82nd Airborne in Fort Bragg. I have one Marine cousin and a bunch of cousins who were in the Air Force and the Navy.
How long were you usually away for?
First deployment, I was gone 13 months. Second deployment, I was gone 10 and a half. Most schools are anywhere from 4 weeks to 3 months. So just depends on the school and where I'm going and how far and for what.
What is your favorite activity / assignment to do in the Army?
I don't really have a favorite. It's just more of who I'm working with. It's more of the people around me, people who I'm working with, what we're doing, how we're doing it, or working as a team. You know, because I've had some really boring assignments, and the best thing to do was just to find some fun in it and make it more interesting, so we can all work together. And
Any memorable experiences?
they're all memorable in their own way. You know, they all have their own part of my life that they've helped me or showed me a different path or just changed me for a better soldier and leader, you know, better sergeant moving forward. So,
Would you recommend the military as a career for somebody?
the military has a lot of different different aspects to it. It's everybody's personal thing. Everybody can do it. It's a mind game. It's all mind game, and it's making sure that you know your stuff. It's like any other civilian career. So you have to just be very knowledgeable in your tasks. We say SMEs, which is another acronym for subject matter experts, which is something we all strive to be. That way, no one can put one over us, or we can all understand each other at the same level. So it's a career that's very different, but it teaches you a lot, and it's a lot of work. But in the end, at the end of the day, you go home knowing that you did your job, and it's something fun to do, in a sense.
What did you do when on leave?
I always go to me on leave. I like the beach. So me, a beach and a drink is my perfect leave, my perfect vacation time.
How did your service and experiences affect your life?
Technically, I'm still in the service, so the service so far has definitely changed me. Made me more of an outgoing person. Controlled me a lot more. I've definitely controlled myself. I have my outbursts sometimes when people say stupid, crazy stuff, but definitely has controlled me and definitely has grown me as a person.
You prefer school or the Army? Like, if you had to choose, I know you do both, but which one would you want to choose? If they were like, you only got to choose one.
That's a hard question. To choose one or the other, because the Army, you're always learning and you're always executing your plan and what your task is, and then with school you're learning to execute the plan in the future. So it's a give or take on both. Some days I'd rather be at work than be at school. Some classes I'd rather be in class than be at work. I can have a meeting that could have been an email. I could have had a class that could have been online. It just depends on the teacher, depends on the situation.